Sponsorem programu jest PKN Orlen.
Welcome all of you, the viewers of Poland Daily Culture. My name is Mary Kądzielska, and the question for today is, do you like musicals? And can you imagine a musical based on the story of a life of Copernicus? It is the new project, and Daniel Wyszogrodzki, who is with us in the studio, is the author of the lyrics. Again, thank you very much for showing up here.
My pleasure.
So we're talking about this musical. We've talked previously about the plot and just about the person of Copernicus, his story is so rich because he was a very interesting character. So now I would like to talk a little bit about the creative team of who worked on this musical. Who put it all together? Because after all, it's a challenge to bring such a sort of story, and especially that it's absolutely new musical created by Poles for Poles.
Yes, and we were lucky to build up a creative team with some very experienced musical creators. Also, there's a team of 3 of us as the authors of it. Usually musical is first it's a book, the libretto as we say. We use the Italian word in Poland. Libretto, then the lyrics, my part, and then the music, obviously. But we were lucky to have Albena Grabowska, who's a novelist, very popular, best-selling author of novels. She's also a doctor. She's a neurologist, and she's got the scientific background. So she really started with a very, very heavy research on Copernicus. She's an expert on Copernicus now. And then she wrote the book in 2 acts. There's a lot of scenes altogether, but it's a huge production. But once this was ready, I took over writing the songs. And it was so much easier for me to work with this excellent story. Also, at the final stage of writing the libretto by Albena Grabowska, I joined her and we decided what characters sing and about what in what parts of the show, which made it like custom made for me to put the lyrics in the story. Writing lyrics for the musical is not writing lyrics for the popular songs. It's not like just verse and chorus, verse and chorus. So we have the duets. We have 3 people, 3 different characters.
You have to tell the story in this music.
Some of the songs tell the story. Some of the songs just project what the characters might be thinking of or afraid of. Yeah. Because the function of the lyrics in the musical theater, is to extend the dialogues, is to put in the words of the singing characters what they would not say or might be afraid to say or would like to say in the dialogue. So it goes a little bit further. They express their fears, they express their hopes. We have a very, very subtle, delicate love story between Copernicus and his housekeeper. So there's also, they can say more in a song. There's love duets and there's also a very sad, very, very sad kind of lament by Anna Schilling when she's told to leave the household of Copernicus. And her heart is broken and she sings, I will never be one of your stars. Like reflecting.
Very
yes,
very
very,
beautiful
very
as well.
touching, very touching, yes. And so it was a challenge for me, but also such a pleasure because I was working with a perfect story. And I exactly knew what was expected from me, and I was very inspired by the material. And sometimes usually there's 3 different authors working on the musical: the lyricist, the book writer, and the composer. Sometimes, like in the case of Stephen Sondheim, there's 1 person writing lyrics and musical. But in our case, the book was first, then the lyrics, and then Tomek Szymuś took over as the composer. And this is, I think, I wouldn't say personal, but this is my personal discovery. I think we have Lloyd Webber in Poland. Nobody knew about it. I've met Tomek Szymuś years ago. He was a keyboard player at the Roma Theater. So our paths have crossed, and he's a very skilled conductor and arranger. But I don't think anybody knew his talents in writing music, in actually composing. Also, a musical is a very special form. It's not like every composer can write a musical. Musical has certain requirements. It's got to be very melodic. It's got to be, there's different motifs that keep coming back in different arrangements. Also, the orchestration, the arrangements have to be very complex, from very lyrical solo or duet pieces to the full orchestra and chorus, and he's got it all. Tomek Szymuś. He's such a, well, I can tell you this, we're already thinking about our next projects. We're so motivated and so happy with what we, yes. Nobody knows about it. You're the first person I'm telling about it. Yeah.
So I do hope that Poland will discover our small Broadway here, and that we have more productions which are our own, and they expand later to the world. This is, of course, our dream, and we invite you, the viewers of Poland Daily, to go and see the Copernicus. It will be on stage from the 1st of October this year, so definitely to see it is a must watch. And thank you for watching our show.
Sponsorem programu był PKN Orlen.